Congrats on the Grandmaster, starting back in Diamond and grinding through it. Well done. Love to see it. Let's take a look here. Obviously, we can kind of skip through the form here. Still lose Tracer duels more often than not. I think that might be my biggest weakness at the moment. And then your form, you talked a little bit about that. Start with K, but then I just started getting diffed hard. Okay, well, let's take a look here. So first off, congrats, well done. I actually just got done looking at a Cervasa game, so that's kind of funny. Let's get the settings here, turn up the audio just a tad bit. But yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know. 13 minutes should be pretty decent. We should have plenty of time to be able to look at everything. But yeah, let's take a look. As always, we've done a couple Tracer replays, so we'll focus more on, rather than teaching, you're going to know the concepts. We'll just highlight what I see as being in need of practice. Yep, it's good. It really, as you can kind of see, just kind of becomes a health pack game, a lot of it. And so when I look at this here, for example, it's like, okay, so you're here. Your first priority really should be just kind of leaning back towards this health pack if possible, and then just making sure that she doesn't get that from you. And if you get that, then you don't have to give up the angle and demand Mercy Pocket, because this kind of snowballs, right? Snowballs because then your Kiriko doesn't get healed, and then Kiriko doesn't get healed, and since she gets rails, and then we're losing angles. So it's like, I like what we're doing here in terms of marking the Tracer on the angle, but you're at a point in time, obviously, where like all these little details have to add up. So let's see if we can delve into those details a little bit more in detail. Get it? Huh. That wasn't that funny. So first things first is kind of approaching every duel from cover. So when you're kind of concerned about the crossfire here, so what you could do is you need to either commit all the way to here sooner, or you need to cut off the Tracer duel and angle from here instead. But you need to do one of those things quickly, because the part of the reason why you're at a disadvantage in this duel is you haven't really committed to either side. So you're like, oh, she's beat me here, I don't know what to do, I don't want to go here. There's another solution, you just need to find it. This is fine. That clip right there kind of hurts. So we'll slow it down a little bit. You clip, you pause, resume the clip, and that right there gives you a pretty big advantage in the duel right here. So if we kind of like compare the two resources right now, this is kind of where we're at right now. And this is because of your good mid-clip blink movement. The problem here is you go for a full reload and don't blink. Right here is your opportunity to shine. Because she's just used a clip on you and is caught in a reload animation, and you also know where she is. You have full clip, she has 0 clip. So what should you do here? I mean, you should just keep going. Like every time that you have a clip, you should be trying to use a blink and a duel to try to force a resource trade. If you do that, you create a resource advantage that should continue to snowball. The problem is that you allow her to stabilize, reload, and then steal the mini away from you. And so then now you're at a disadvantage in the duel, even though you gave yourself an advantage through blinks. You have a clip, you have a blink, use it. Catch her in a reload, catch her without blinks, otherwise you're going to lose the space. And then as I said, in addition to that, make sure that you're disengaging, trying to keep the angle whenever possible by just playing health packs or cover, because this sucks. Like, this really sucks. That's not terrible, because you're still fighting and you do end up getting the mini. Or the megas, rather. But obviously, it just kind of snowballs from there. Push the angle, don't wrap. Yeah, this is not your responsibility. It's a good clip from you, but you're already on this lane here. Like, you need to deepen from here. You need to take this from here, pressure from here, rotate from here, and then just deepen from here. Don't go backwards to chase the Tracer, because now you're not really on an angle anymore, right? You got good like some luck with the clip, but just take the angle. That's a little deep without resources. Careful. Sure. Okay. Too far. Don't worry, they have to walk into you. That's clunky. I mean, it's close. It's the right play, which is like you peek for a second and you allow her to shoot you for a second and then you finish. So like right here, right? Like this is just where you start to shoot and you blink through it, but you need to hit the melee. The problem is that you miss the timing and you miss the melee. You're a little slow with the clip there. Alternatively, you could do like a lateral blink here instead. So where you start to shoot, you blink across laterally and finish the clip from here. But yeah, this is fine. You just got juked. That's all. I don't think I'd leave that angle though. This is odd. Like I think once you're here, it's fine to just hold the space. You still have your re. You're fine. Just hold the lane here. Hold the lane, and then decide if you actually. Honestly, you could have actually deepened from there and taken on to the Sojourn because even though she's relatively even with the trade on the 1v1, she just gave you the lane for free. Yeah, exactly. That was good. Just took you too long to do it. That's all. We can go for pulse here. Okay, so let's look at this a little slower. First things first, pulse the close target. And if you're going to pulse, do not shoot into pulse. Only time that this is appropriate is if it's a target that pulse alone is not going to kill, because all you do is you allow them time to adjust from your initial blink. If your intention here was to blink pulse Sojourn, you would blink through here, 180, pulse from here. If your intention was to pulse Wuyong, you need to blink through and immediately pulse right here. Instead, you shoot, and then you end up throwing at Sojourn, who's a million miles away, but she's already backing away from you. You see what I'm saying? She doesn't have any reason to move towards you here. So just a micro thing, but it's something that you need to be doing with your pulse bombs. It's like when you're pulse bombing, pulse bomb is the only thing that you should be doing when you are when you're lining up your blinks, right? So like it's not saying that you can't do damage. Like you can shoot and duel, and if you see an opportunity to pulse bomb, go for it. But you're here, you're set, you're already set up for the pulse bomb. So all you should be thinking about is pulse bomb right now. All you should be thinking about is pulse bomb. And then obviously the screw up with the blink there, really scary. I still feel something to revisit with you. Was the first thing I believe we talked about was the full clipping. So it's like as these fights have gotten devolved, there is a lot of full clipping. Like right here. A lot of full clipping. Right? A lot of full clipping. A lot of full clipping. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, you're at a point in time where, again, there's no new fundamentals here. It's just execution on the basics over and over and over and over again. Yep. Next rotate, next rotate, next rotate. Thank you. You need to go? We need to go? Yep. Oh, that's cheeky. Probably would prefer you to just with where they are right now. I don't know that I would even push this, but I guess she was low, so you saw an opportunity, but that's really scary. Just deepen from left. This is just a lot more consistent in terms of uptime. Okay. Yeah, we just messed up that engage. We kind of cheated the engage here. So like this really kind of puts us in a negative spiral here because our downtime is just so incredibly high once we go for this clip here and we don't actually secure it. So just be very careful. It's also crucial to point out as well that your team hasn't quite exactly engaged yet. So okay. Good. Full clip. Don't full clip. Don't full clip. Don't full clip. Oh, gosh. It's just the full clipping's killing you. It's better than it used to be, specifically when you're actually forced to blink. I don't know if you've noticed that, but a lot of your full clipping is good when you're not full clipping because you're blinking. When you're not necessarily forced to full clip, then you still full clip because it doesn't feel natural for you. That example of that was like the Wuyong, right? When he's not actively shooting you, you still want to pause your clip when he's moving erratically because the full clip isn't just about forcing yourself or giving yourself time to blink. It's also about allowing yourself to realign your crosshairs so that you can do more damage. Okay, so let's keep going. Interesting choice of perk. I don't think it's bad, it's just your mileage may vary. She gets ya. This is just more along the lines that she just had crosshair placement advantage on you. So when you're peeking this corner, I don't know why your crosshair's on the floor. But like looking at this here, I mean, this is pull that crosshair up, my friend. Because what you try to do is you try to do a half clip into a melee. But the problem is that you're losing that duel because of where... I'm going to skip this to 5. We don't need this in 6 anymore. The problem is that, whoops, that you don't have the clip advantage here, right? So, because look at where her crosshair is on turning the corner, right? And look at where yours is, right? Like, that's a disadvantage. So before you even go for the clip here, you're already at a disadvantage, major disadvantage in a duel. So I wouldn't say that I necessarily disagree with your melee or lack of blinks here. It's fine. But just pull your crosshair off the floor, because that's going to force an early re. Yeah, you can chase because there's nothing really else for you to do here. Select your angle. I would rotate across from left. Yep, thank you. Good. That was a good try. Good try. I mean, you did what I said, which was like, don't shoot when the pulse bomb's the priority. You just didn't quite pivot it correctly. So one thing that you can do when you're blink pulse bombing on a 90-degree angle or a 180-degree angle is you don't need to go quite as fast as you may think. Let me explain. This is extremely erratic for Ana to react to. Case in point, let's slow this down. Look how long it takes for them to actually respond to you being on the side. By the time that Sojourn's crosshair is on you, the pulse bomb's already landed and has been landed for quite some time. So that's something that you can exploit when you're practicing your pulse bombs in ranked, is when you're going for a 180 pulse bomb or a 90-degree pulse bomb, you can greed an extra 1/10 of a second here, extra 1/4 of a second before you pulse bomb to realign your crosshair. So what that would look like here is whenever you're going for a deep engage here, don't pulse bomb this immediately. Pivot their crosshair, watch for the Ana to turn or for the Sojourn to turn or whatever, then go for the pulse bomb. So that will increase your chances of hitting the pulse bomb by a little bit because you're allowing yourself to slow down. And you've earned the right to slow down because you have moved erratically on their screen. Remember when I don't remember if we talked about this with your full clipping, but it was like when you're using your blinks to dodge more, you're allowed to use trigger discipline with a little bit more efficacy because you're forcing them to move their crosshair very erratically onto you, so you can take a little bit more time to realign your crosshair, right? The same thing applies to pulse bombs. So this was a good setup, but you don't have to go this fast when you're getting an angle. That's the TLDR. You do need to go this fast when you're blinking directly at them, obviously, but you're not blinking directly at them. You're blinking laterally. But yeah, pulse bomb's fine. And that's going to kill Irisa. I wouldn't chase this far. You don't need the element of surprise here. Just need to mark the angle. That was a mistake. Good. Good use of the perk there. Just poor movement. Really poor movement. This is a situation where... What should she do? Blink through, right? Now, I know why you did this. You wanted to use your blink melee to reset your clip and continue to do damage. That's good. But I would recommend that you don't allow Sojourn to just simply stare at you, right? So this is just you limit testing the perk. It's fine, but then just use your third blink to blink through and then finish your 24 bullets, recall back, then maintain your pressure on the angle. Something you're going to need to experiment with more. I don't think this is the end of the world. It's just you experimenting with the perk, and then because you're prioritizing the perk, you're not prioritizing the fundamentals of Tracer. It's not a mistake. You're just learning. It's fine. Weird. Are we stalling? I think we're stalling. I would still go for the tracer here. Yeah, it's fine. Just hold the lane here. I don't know that I would rotate all the way around here. As in, like, I would hold my lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't run. Like, even if the Sojourner knows I'm here, I'm not going to run all the way over to there. You're just too early. You're just too early. I don't know if you're aware, but, like, this fight hasn't quite started. I mean, you know, honestly, I won't say you're too early. Just be careful. Just be careful. Be a little bit more liberal with your blinks here, because you've got 2v1 and your their wrist is just now starting to get traded. I think even if you think about the approach from the angle here, is there a better angle than from where you were coming from? I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, just this is so much closer, right? Like, so much closer. I mean, even if you're able to rotate to here, this is also so much closer. This is just too far. Too far for a 2v1 with characters that are going to poke you out like this. It's too easy to force that read. Yeah, okay. Choose a lane. Little reminder here. Something that you need to remember on this particular point. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Probably not a lane that you even knew or thought about, but it's good to use. If it's a free lane, you might as well. Good try. That's what we love to see, which is turn the corner with crosshair placement that's looking better, right? So crosshair placement's looking good. Half a clip. Blink melee. Overjudge it a little bit. She also blinks through you. Realign's a little slow, but we're still in a position to where we can re. I wouldn't green my recall there. I would not green my recall here. So what I would do is, you've already got yourself a small advantage here. So like right here, you feeling good? Get a couple extra bullets here, like right there, and then recall your HP back. And then you're at a situation where you're going to be 150 HP, and she's going to be 43. That's a situation I want to preserve. I don't want to take any risks here. You get what I'm saying? Something to consider. Okay.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Can't handle the heat. Stay out of my way.
Sure. Uh-huh. Hold it. Uh-huh. Hold it. Pulse bomb time. No shots.
Get them off the objective.
Okay. So let's look at this again. Instead of shooting here, shoot your pulse bomb. This is the combination of the two that we talked about previously. Remember the first round when I said you shouldn't be thinking about using your bullets when you're going for a pulse bomb here? It's not that you'll see some pro players do this, but I'm just not a fan of it in a lot of circumstances, because it's taking the time that you should be used to aligning your crosshair and using it to align your crosshair for your bullets to track. Right now, the only thing that matters is taking your time and hitting this pulse bomb. The only thing that matters. So if instead you're thinking about aligning your crosshair to do some damage and then doing for this weird flick with pulse bomb, just relax and lead the pulse. Relax and lead the pulse. Nothing else matters. If you want to shoot a couple of bullets after the pulse bomb because you think you can get away with it, maybe. But even then, because you're taking the extra quarter of a second to align your pulse bomb, you're probably going to have a lot less time to shoot after the pulse bomb. So you should probably just recall. You should probably just blink. So I like the setup for the pulse bomb. Again, it's the execution with you rushing the pulse bomb because you're too busy shooting before it, or you're too busy rushing it. Pulse bomb gets priority. That's the key takeaway. Pulse bomb gets priority. I like the way that you're using the blinks, the tech that you're using, for lack of a better term. I don't like the execution of the pulse bomb itself. And I'm not just talking about like leading. It's the situation. It's you either rushing things when you have time to align the crosshair, or you being slow because you're too busy shooting into the pulse spawn. Good. That's a crazy graph. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. This is just cleaned up. I wouldn't worry about your support. You can hold that angle, no problem. There's a minion here? No? Yeah, just hold the lane. Alright, go back. Very important. Crosshair placement is so important when you're peeking corners at this distance. It's all about crosshair placement. Good. You just got juked. You just got juked. Okay, so let's talk about this. So this is all fine. You probably should have grabbed the mini sooner here, right? So looking at the situation here, right? 120, 98. You're just getting shot more. So instead of grabbing pulse spawn, instead of grabbing mini, she blinks you, and then you get the health pack. But then we're in a situation here where. Okay, well, actually, this seems okay. Okay, so this is okay-ish. You get the melee into the recall. She's probably going to need to recall, so she does. But she finishes at a slightly higher HP than you, which is whatever. You have one more blink. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. Remember, if you get flustered with Tracer, especially in a Tracer duel, do not let her abuse her advantage over you. If you lose your crosshair placement because she jukes you, do not allow her to leverage that. You see what I'm saying? So when she blinks here, she breaks your ankles, and you keep shooting your clip. So this is, again, where that full clipper gets you, because we talked about full clipper outside of the context of the Tracer duels, which is obviously really important, right? Like just doing more damage. But this is one of those moments where like you need brain space to be able to just use your blink anywhere, because you actually juke her here as well, but you're 22 HP, so it just doesn't matter. You got toasted. Now the good news is it's not going to matter. You're going to win this fight regardless. But bad news is that could have gone very, very poorly. Make sense? Okay, let's keep going. TLDR, if you get your ankle shatters, please blink. Don't rotate away. I mean, I think you got to choose a lane here, but this is never the lane to choose. You just need to choose a lane. Yes. This is fine. Sure. Close the distance. Yeah. A little far. I think this is okay. I like the lane that you chose. They use double support ult. Their backline's in a terrible position. Your Kiriko just got smoked. I don't know what happened to your Kiriko. I think just Tracer. It just looks like Tracer Orisa just 2v1. Yeah, she's just. Yeah, she just screws it up. She just screws it up. Like, this is a situation where you guys should absolutely be able to win this. And then, honestly, your Ashe screws up as well because she rotates too late. This is okay. This is a good fight for me. You shove the backline into the locker. You got a good couple of clips. You force some nice cooldowns. Your team just lost like a... I don't know. They lost duels that they shouldn't have. Deepen. Deepen. Thank you. I would go for the pulse. Oh, wait. Why don't you have pulse? Wait, what I skipped ahead? Oh, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's no way. Yikes. Okay. I didn't even look down. I thought for sure you had it. That sucks. Okay. So this is just you need to blink. You just need to we need one more blink into a melee, into a shots. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul to see that. It hurts my soul to see that. Just use your blinks. Use your blinks. Use blink. So you got two people looking at you. I don't care if they're in grab. That's a freaking nano sojourn. That's a Wuyong. He's gonna hit one direct and you're fricked. Just use your blinks. That's all. I don't know how you guys win this. I guess your Kitsune must connect with something. Okay. Take an angle to go left, go left, go left. Yeah, it's just... Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. This with two blinks is probably a situation where you shouldn't recall away. Instead, just blink to hold the space here. A little bit hindsighty, but I think anytime that you've been able to walk this far without being scouted, then you don't really... Okay, so never mind. I'm an idiot. You're getting the blinks off the recall. Okay, maybe in this situation, it's better instead of hitting Ana to go back to here with your last blink to hold the space. You get what I'm saying? So like you're thinking here about like I want to do the damage and then get the touch. Why don't we get the touch and hold the angle instead, right? So then because all of your problems from here on out kind of result from you not having that angle anymore because of that early recall. How do you guys win this? Oh, we get rezzed again? Okay. What are you doing? It's a Sojourn! There's a Sojourn ulting! Oh no. Okay. I don't know how we won that one, but okay. Sure. Just hold the space here. Don't let them out of the choke. Don't let them out. Your Doomkiss can handle them as long as you don't let them out of the choke. Yeah, hold this lane. Hold this lane. Yeah, don't get hit. Good, good. No, don't run away. Don't run away. Hold the corner. Hold the corner. Hold the corner. Don't give them that. Don't give that to them. Like you could, they push you here, and they're all. You can just rotate through them, right? Don't give up that lane for free. Because now they're too far away. So we need to find a way to close the distance, and you run right into a rail. Again, if you enter the corner and you're not liking what you're seeing, don't immediately shoot. Drop, blink. Close the distance effectively. Same thing here, right? Good clip, pause. Good. Get that Wuyong. Oh no! Yes! I wouldn't even worry about the touch here. I trust my... Well, I guess you can't. You have to. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe you're... No. That's fine. There's nothing you could have done. Okay. Decent towards the end. I mean, it was decent all the way through. Like, this is obviously like a huge step better from what we've looked at in the past. But I think if I were to kind of like encapsulate what I want to see from you, besides some of the goof ups of the rotations, goof ups of the angles, just the stuff, same stuff that we always need to work on. Concepts here. Pulse Bomb gets priority here. So when your brain waves are locked in on Pulse Bomb, and I'm going to go back to the very last one because it's again another good example of what needs to be done better. When you're here, your priority is Pulse Bomb. You should be thinking, how should I Pulse Bomb this guy? Not, I'm going to pause for the clip, right? Like, it's you'll see this a lot in situations where, okay, let me give you an example. When would you shoot prior to a Pulse Bomb? If you're shooting here to force the Wuyong to move in a direction and then to lead that direction with your next blink pulse, that's fine. But when you've used your last blink into a Pulse Bomb, in other words, this is the blink that I'm going to be pulsing off of. Do not shoot. And to give you credit here, you don't, right? But that's really the only situation in which you want to be shooting into a pulse is when you're using the shots to force them to migrate towards a direction to make them more predictable for the Pulse Bomb. But in all your other Pulse Bombs, you're either shooting into the pulse or just immediately pulsing and rushing it. Like if you even look at it here, this is the other problem, right? You're not shooting into the pulse, but you've forced him to migrate into a position. Look at where his crosshair is, right? Where is it? Where was it? Right?
This ends now.
Right? You see that flick? He can't do anything with that. You've got a second. You've got half of a second to lead this. And if you see him use that shift, well, then just use one more blink and finish the son of a gun off. You get what I'm saying? So it's either you're rushing your pulse bombs when you blink immediately into a pulse, or you're shooting into a pulse bomb. And so then you're too late. You're either too quick with your pulse bomb, unnecessarily so, or you're too slow into your pulse bomb because you're clipping into the same pulse without using an additional blink. Does that make sense? The goal of pulse bomb is to allow yourself time to read their movement. If you need shots to make them move, that's fine. But once you've committed that last blink, everything is about leading and hitting that pulse bomb and nothing else matters. In terms of your tracer duels, the reason why you're getting diffed a lot of the time is partly due to crosshair placement, but also, as we said earlier, when you're getting your ankles shattered, you need to make sure that you're using a blink to reset the field, and you're not allowing her to capitalize off of that. Like, the way that you lose tracer duels is that as long as you don't make a major mistake, you're doing okay. Like, if you look back to first point, we highlighted some of your errors, but in all honesty, it was okay. Like, at least you just didn't die. You were doing the right thing. The only times where you majorly lost tracer duels are when you screwed up something and then refused to fix it by just using a blink. You just use a blink. It's fine. That's what they're for, right? They're using a blink is to prevent them. And if you think about it, if you get juked, a lot of the times that person's going to be really tempted to finish that clip. And so their brain's going to be like, oh my gosh, I got her. And so that's going to generally lean them towards finishing a clip that they really shouldn't, which might mean that they're caught in a really bad reload. So if you get your ankle shattered, just use a blink. It's fine. Realign your crosshair and then go from there. Final thing, as always, keep an eye on the full clipping. It kind of got worse as the game went along, but it also didn't just get worse in terms of the tracer duels. It got worse in things that weren't even looking at you, but they were aware of you. And so they were moving erratically, and so you were missing a lot of shots. So just as always, revisit the fundamentals, especially if they're particular weaknesses of yours. All right, mate. As always, good luck with your practice. Congratulations, and I'll chat with you later.